Many people find themselves in a position in which they think they need legal representation. Though most people definitely have specific needs for legal aid, I say aid lightly because this does not include the need for representation by an actual lawyer necessarily, depending on your situation. Self-advocacy is definitely the least expensive and most of the time the shortest path to your legal goal, should you have a legal goal in mind. These excess costs can ruin families and their other plans for the future. Take some divorce proceedings, for example. No one wishes to spend their life in a courtroom or a jail cell for that matter. It can also be said that lawyer fees are for lazy people because most of the forms for legal action are available online or at your local court clerk's office. They may charge you for using their printer paper, though. Your county court clerk may be located via google.com, and the forms on lawhelp.org are also free of charge. You may always take the filled out free forms to the courthouse for a court clerk or judge's final review and ultimately their signing and stamp of approval. You almost always have to take the papers to court yourself for filing. Filing them simply takes a little bit of elbow grease once they are printed off from home or at the school library. At the end of this essay, I will tell you all the website with the free PDF files for each type of legal action discussed. These first three examples of legal process with free supporting online forms available are merely just that, a few of the many available free legal forms online. Married couples may find themselves in an unpredictable situation where they need or want out of their marriage. Though it is better to at least have a lawyer or a friend review your completed version of the divorce, they really are not necessary in the proceeding. There are two main types of divorce. The first type is a divorce in which child custodial rights are involved. The second type has less paperwork to fill out and is for couples without children or many assets to speak of. There is also a type of legal separation which is only a few pages long. However, separation can be considered just as serious legally for some relationships. The free printable PDF files are also downloadable on the Law Help website at lawhelp.org. The second topic, aside from divorce, that I wanted to discuss tonight is referred to as expungement of record. From my research on the topic, I have gathered this to be a slang phrase for petition to clear record, which is what it is actually called in the state of Texas, not expungement of record. This can happen to anyone having a buildup of extra tickets. Does it not make sense to have your record cleared eventually instead of getting repeat offenses and false warrants? You can have your police record clean, current, and most importantly, up to date. This takes no longer than a short court proceeding. Simply print the 5-page form and file them at your leisure. To do this, you will need access to the appropriate county court clerk's office. While it is free to print and fill out these forms, the court fees will still apply. The last topic I wanted to discuss, offered by lawhelp.com, is an arbitrary name change. Personally, I found it to be interesting that you can change your name to whatever you want it to be legally. There are only 3 good reasons to change your name: marriage, divorce, and finally for personal reasons. If you prefer to go by some goofy alias, this is perfectly legitimate also. You can call yourself Moon Zappa for the annual lunar landing, and the papers on lawhelp.com will still be legal. I have legally changed my name only by marriage, once in 2008 along with our first son Ryan's birth. If my husband Mike and I ever needed to divorce, we would go to lawhelp.org as opposed to paying lawyer fees. When you see how easy it is to file these types of legal documents, it still does not discount the emotional facet. I have heard that working with marriages is much more rewarding than working with divorces. Most people would prefer to build something as opposed to tearing it down. In conclusion, some of this legal jargon may have been repetitive. Sometimes we need a little refresher to remind us of the awesome resources available at our fingertips online. Most of these PDF files or kits are only a few pages long. They can be printed out and filed with your local county clerk or local county judge. Be sure to wait until all of the PDF file is finished printing off. LawHelp.com has other topics of interest for every state.